I got it. I already pushed the button.
Hey now, happy Sunday. Hope that everyone has had an amazing weekend. But what better way to start off the week than to end your weekend with your favorite crew? Uncensored Minds, episode 156. We are here live, ready for a dope show tonight. Starting off with the entertainment quick spin, immediately followed by the main event at 9 p.m. So I hope that you guys are ready. Make sure to like and share the video. And if this is your first time tuning in with us, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and that you hit the live bell notification so that you do not miss a lick. I promise you, you don't want to miss nothing under the TaylorMade Incorporated brand. I promise you. But we are ready. We are ready. We are ready. Grab your snacks, grab your wine. You are now tuned in to the world's greatest conversation. Fellas, where you at? Episode 156 is up, baby.
What's cracking,
Popping.
people?
Good.
We back. We
Yo,
back. We back. We back. No, it's sporting. His navy blue today. He's showing off. He's showing off a little bit. He was sad last week, but he back outside this week.
Yes.
shout outs to everybody there. Welcome to episode 156. As you can see, I'm back in familiar territory. Last week I don't know where I was at last week, but last week I was last weekend. So let's get right into it because these entertainers is tripping out here. What we got first up on the docket?
We're gonna get into the icebreaker in 1 second. I do say shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button and share the video and let us know in the chat who's all rocking with us tonight. Say something in the chat. Y'all seem a little bit quiet over there. Say something in the chat. Um, Stay tuned for our deep dive episode of 156 that's airs right after this at 9 p.m. as well. Well, we can get into the icebreaker. There's something going on here. No, get situated. Thank you.
No, but now look
Oh,
like a little kid that
yeah, I mean,
a cookie out the cookie jar and he's about to get in trouble. He had that little baby slip.
if y'all don't know, Yvonne Orji was like a star actress. She was the second fiddle or the best friend to Issa Rae on the HBO show Insecure. It's now making rounds that she is the 39, almost 40-year-old virgin. She said she was saving it for marriage because of her Christian beliefs, but she said now she's ready to let that thing go. She still wants the committed relationship and the marriage, but she said the pressure is building. So my question to both of y'all is what is y'all thoughts? This is going to be the icebreaker. What is y'all thoughts on this 39-year-old virgin? Is this something that you are entertained? Do y'all think this is a good thing? What are y'all thoughts on this 39-year-old virgin?
Oh yeah, I think it's definitely a beautiful thing. Like holding on to your virtue until you're ready. Some of us, we started early for whatever reasons. You know what I mean, and we got active real early. But shout outs to her for being able to hold on to her virtue and stand true in her beliefs. You got to commend her for that. I know she's ready though, and damn the pressure. I don't know, and that's being honest. Like I don't know if I'd have been able to withstand the pressures that she had to go through even 20s and 30s, like you know what I mean, to from her friends, from just the outsiders and shit.
I
So
mean, I don't even think she was speaking on pressure from outside. I think she's talking about the pressure of her house builder within.
yeah, yeah, I don't think I could withstand either pressure.
No, it's
From
your thoughts.
within,
No.
from outside. Nah.
You just commend her for definitely standing true to her core values. Evidently she set forth for values for herself and she stuck to them in these 39 years of her being on earth. Regardless of whatever the peanut gallery may think. She did what she needed to do for herself, and man, that's always to be respected because far too often do we fall precious to what our peers are saying or what the outside noise is, and we slip and we fall. But for her to stand on that and now only being subjected to her own feelings is human. So I definitely commend her for being whatever she is to herself and sticking to her guns, because what I mean, if we
No,
ain't got
she had. if she had let me say 15 more years on her, is this something that you would entertain?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't hold nobody hostage to what their past is or what whatever they choose for themselves. When we get together, it's all about what we got going on, not what you did before me. Um, I don't care about that. Like your life from when you come with me, it starts there. Like I don't got time to worry about what you did before me and who did what and how you did it and all that. I just don't care about none of that kind of stuff.
So you down for the ooch ouch?
That's what I was going to say for the Uch
Yeah.
house. The butts and the cherry.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. At the end of the day, it's all about me and her. It would be all about me and her, not all about none of the other optics. Because at the end, that's who I'm with.
Yeah, we're asking if you could handle the ooch ouch though. You didn't answer.
Yeah, I can handle anything. I can handle whatever the case may be. Even if I could, even let's say me and her got together, right?
Mm.
At this age, and she said, "You know what? No, I want to wait until we get married.
Mm.
I want to wait until whatever." I don't have a problem with that. I respect it.
So
I'm
that's
not
all
gonna put I'm
great.
not gonna put pressure on her to be like, "Yo, you gotta do this just because." Nah,
No, that's all great, and that's commendable, and I appreciate your gentlemanness. But I'm asking you physically when it's time, are you good with the ooch ouch?
yes.
Isha, are you rocking if this is a guy?
And you know what? I'm gonna hold you to the fire. I'm gonna hold you to the flame.
Yeah, I'm into the fight because I don't give a
I
fuck.
talk about having experience,
Right.
right? But also, isn't it isn't it like an honor when a woman tells you that are her first?
That
That's
would that would
that's
have been
something that a lot of men, not saying myself, and not even saying might never saying you, but a
right.
lot of people hold that as a valuable tool. Like, damn, I was her first, or whatever the case may be.
Right. That would have been an honor at 15, 20, 30, any of those ages. But at almost 40, I'm kind of weary.
Okay.
I don't know how that's gonna play out. I don't know. You never know in these situations because you might be her first, and she might be like, okay, I want to go outside now. I want to see how other people are. Like, I want to yeah, you would want, that person to be your one and only or to be her one and only. And that sounds good in theory, but the reality of it is a little, we don't know because there's too many variables there. Plus, I myself would prefer somebody who knew what they was doing because I don't want to teach you everything and I don't want to go through all the uchouches. I'm not against teaching you some things, but I don't want to teach you every fucking thing.
Mm.
And that I've been through that ooch out shit. It's not it's not fun. It's definitely not fun at all. Ish, what are your thoughts on if this was a guy?
Oh, if this was a guy and he was almost a 40-year-old version. Yeah, I probably would have fun. I probably would have fun with him because he don't know nothing. I'm driving this nigga nuts. I'm gonna
I'm not
drive
mad at
him crazy. I'm gonna have fun with that.
I'm
I
not
think
mad at y'all. Let us know in the chat. What is y'all thoughts on the 39-year-old virgin? I'm not mad at it. It's not a bad thing. It's just not something for me per se.
Shout out.
So, is what it is, man. Let us know y'all thoughts in the chat. Y'all looking kind of quiet over there, but make sure everybody has their memberships because on tonight's episode of our deep dive, there is an announcement at the end of that for all the members. So we're not going to speak about that here, but for all the members, just make sure y'all tune into that announcement and then y'all let us know if that's something that y'all want to do or y'all don't want any parts of it. But that'll be strictly for the members.
Shout outs to one of the members. Actually, a couple of shows ago, we seen this person become a member right before our eyes, and it actually took place on one of these Uncensored Minds shows. Shout out to Darlene Murphy. Today is her birthday, so happy birthday, Darlene, for being one of Uncensored Minds' top fans. We appreciate you, your support, and your love. We thank you. Happy birthday.
Shout out to you, darling. Happy birthday. All right, let's get into our entertainment quick spin, people. What is first, man? What is first? Let's see what's first, man. Somebody tell what's going on here.
Kiki, do you love me?
Kiki, do you love me?
Riding. She said, I ain't riding no more. I ain't going through this shit no more. This is it. I am not. She is
Damn,
over Darius.
I should turn something up in this girl. And if you don't know what we talking about, Keke Palmer gets a restraining order against her now on off again boyfriend, baby father, and also filed for full custody of her
Was
baby.
granted, not filed. Was granted already.
Okay, so it was granted after her baby daddy attacked her, and there is footage. Believe it or not, it's not just hearsay. It is actual still video of the.
How do you feel about the footage now?
It's wild.
I mean, I don't want to judge the footage because we don't know
What was going on?
Yeah.
It is from a year ago. It
could have been just like it could have been just like the video that we found that we actually played last week with Fat Boy SSC and his wife, where he trying to get his keys to leave. He had to forcefully grab him out of her hand, and she could have been. We never know.
Right.
But the still photos of what she submitted to the authorities shows her in some sort of kind of domestic violence situation where it looks like he's pinning her down or holding her down or throwing her down on the couch and proceeding to leave or whatever the case may be. So we won't speculate. We will just say there are photos out there that kind of go with the claim of her feeling like she's been abused.
What's your thoughts, Ish?
I feel sad for Keke in a sense. Not just because of the domestic. I just feel like, she's finding herself as a young woman. She's a new mother. You know what I mean? She's popping a little bit. She's got confidence. You know what I mean? She's finding her womanhood. And for this to now be the basis of her life, you know what I mean? Having to, battle for custody, having to get restraining orders and feeling unsafe in any situation, no matter how it came about. You know what I mean? I feel sad for her that this has to be her story right now. So I wish her the best, honestly. And I hope that they can maybe amicably resolve this shit without it going too deep into the courts. Because once you start that whole custody and money and stay away orders,
that's messy. It's messy.
What'd you say, T? I'm sorry, you were kind of breaking up.
I said it's messy.
Yeah, definitely messy. Definitely messy. So, I hope that they can, come to some terms, resolve it amicably, work out something that where the child won't be affected that much. You know what I mean? And he can still have a healthy upbringing with both his mother and his father amicably, you know what I mean, raising him. You know what I mean?
That's all right. I got two outlooks on this. I got the first view of it is Keke getting her mom by or getting the curves that she never was used to having, and now gaining this onslaught of attention because she was never looked at sexual. She was looked at as little Keke. But now she's getting this attention as a sex symbol. So it kind of looked like she was showing off a little bit. I can't say that's for sure, but it looked like she was showing off a little bit because she got her curves. And on the other side of it is Darius, who is with the bull name, Serranus' brother, who they got their own issues. So if you know, they got their own issues. But I will say that this is warning to those who fall into those characters of your mind or possession of things of that nature, because it all sounds good in the beginning and it could be a good thing, but it can also turn bad really quickly because you were supposed to be mine. I felt like you're mine, and now you're a little bit outside, and now I feel threatened that you're not mine anymore.
All right, so let me ask you this, T, just to hold off, and I didn't mean to cut you off. Now I know you were getting ready to speak, but if that was either one of your woman, right, and she came into her womanly self, you know what I mean, never having had that before, right, and maybe she was showing off a little bit, maybe she did want to flaunt it, maybe it was the best she had ever felt in her life. Is that a crime?
No, it's definitely not a crime, but it's something to be wary of because it's the same kind of way when a guy comes into money. So you might see a guy coming to money and now he outside, he's showing off, he's getting all this attention from other women that he used to didn't get. And it was like, yo, I was with you when you was regular and now you showing off. So it could be detrimental in a relationship. It's not
Mhm.
a bad thing always. Like it's not a bad thing that she's showing off, but she also has to remember that maybe he was there when she didn't have all this.
So yeah, he's kind of feeling a little slighted
Right.
because she's feeling herself.
Right.
Mm.
Go ahead now. What you
That's
got
why
to
I
say?
say that's why I say maturity is definitely necessary and needed in any
Right.
situation that we got going on in life, because you know you have your glow up,
Mhm.
Right.
and individuals glow up at their own time, and that
Mhm.
doesn't necessarily mean I'm deviating from you if you was there from the start when I was a buck tooth beaver anything like that, or 380 pounds, and now I've lost a little weight and I came into my own. That does not necessarily mean I don't value your presence anymore just
You're
because
right.
of
It's
like
also it also breeds insecurity on the
yeah.
other person.
And I think that's what I think we need to do a better job at that. You know
Right.
what I mean? Because we have to allow people to grow. We have
Right.
to allow people to come into their own and not hamper them or hold them back because of our own insecurities, and look within ourselves and be like, you know what? Am I truly wanting the best for them, or truly saying I love them the way I say I love them, if I am allowing myself to be jealous because of, and
Right.
that's a drug.
Right.
That's a drug that plagues not just our society, but that's the drug that plagues people, to where people are scared to allow people to become themselves. They
Right.
want to hold them to they want to hold them hostage. They want to hold them to what they feel and deem as what they should be, and not allowing people to grow. Because what you see when you allow somebody to grow and blossom into their own, if their intentions are good, they're never going to deviate from it.
Right.
No matter what they do, no matter how they level up, no matter where they go up in life, they will always make sure that you are by their side and with them, regardless of whatever. And I think we need to do better in our maturity. And that's where I
Right.
talk about when we talk about emotional intelligence. That's something right there that is an emotional intelligence that we all need to dig into a little bit more.
All right, Isha, I want to ask you, if you're Kiki, do you think that if you was in her position, do you think that you would handle this, throughout the court system, or do you think that it would have been better for her to step away, like when they what they said it was a year ago now,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
or to just step away a year ago? Like, how do you think you would have handled it in
Mhm.
this situation?
Well, I think it's easy for any woman to say, "Hey, listen, a year ago I would have bounced." But
Right.
sometimes, it's not always that easy to pull away. And sometimes, as we all state, we want to stay and try to make it work and hope that things change and hope that, those red flags that we're suddenly seeing will just be of the moment and that they won't remain. You know what I mean? And so, it's easy to say, "Hey, listen, a year ago I should have jetted." Um but I think maybe I would have gotten if I had made it to this point versus getting the courts involved right away. I would have maybe have gotten a mediator first,
Right.
just to try to be the mouthpiece to try to keep the courts and the law out of it if at all possible, to try to see if it could be resolved amicably. And then maybe she tried to have mediators and it just didn't work, and so the courts had to be involved. But that's how I would have handled it without getting the court involved. Once you get the court and the law involved, it's
All
messy.
right. As far
It,
as the as
yeah.
far as hold on now. As far as the family dynamics, if you start talking to somebody whose brother has, a checkered past, would you like look into that on them as well, or would you take that person and just see what it is?
That's a good question. Ugh. I probably would honestly just take the person for face value, because not all the time, just because you have a family member, even a close one, a brother or whatever the case may be, just because they might be an abuser doesn't necessarily mean those traits trickle down to you. So, I would have to definitely let you show and prove. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't hold that against them or look into it. I probably wouldn't. That could be a problem too, not doing that.
I'm gonna let you know that if your sister stabs somebody, I'm looking at you like you might stab somebody as well. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes.
Oh,
Crazy runs together. I'm sorry. Crazy runs together to me. I think it's all crazy. But go ahead now. What you want to say?
I mean, I have a problem now with the mother now speaking up. Where
Right.
were you then? If you
Right.
said you've been witnessing this,
Yeah,
and
but that always be, your family always be in the background. Like I've been telling you, you should have been left that nigga. I've been telling you, and so I can't, be
that's
put
true.
everything on her.
But as a mother, as a
Right.
parent, now you decide to speak up.
only because it's Saronis. Only because the brother started talking shit, and the
Right.
mom's like, "No, y'all not gonna tag team my daughter." So now I'm going to speak up on you too, because you told me that you used to be the same way. She started coming to Kiki's defense because she felt like the brother started tag teaming Kiki.
Right.
I think
Right.
that's the only, because her mom is very like
Quiet.
mild and quiet, like as far as the media goes. She's not really up in the forefront. So I think that's the only reason why she spoke up.
But you still don't feel like she should be speaking now?
Yeah, I mean, that's her child. You know what I mean?
Right.
We can't tell somebody when not to speak and how to speak. I just say, if you saying you've witnessed this
Right.
on countless of other times, then you gotta speak up on them other times and not just now, right? Because your daughter is now glowed up. Your daughter is now, and you know what? A lot of times too, a lot of situations start to get fueled when you got the peanut gallery all in your ear, and all of this transpired. It seemed like the moment we seen her in Vegas, and everybody's now coming to her defense. Oh, Kiki can't do no wrong. Kiki this, Kiki that. And I'm not saying by no means is domestic violence acceptable on no scale. You know what I mean? On no scale is it acceptable. And we gotta do our due diligence to make sure that we are living within our truths about that. But you gotta nip that shit in the bud immediately. Because if you
Right.
don't, you are a culprit just like the abuser is. You're allowing that behavior to continue. You are just as much as the problem is. You know what I mean? And I think that needs to also, be understood. But at the end of the day, hopefully for the child's sake, because the ultimate person that suffers in the situation is going to be the child. And we always see this being the case, especially in our culture where we go on these tirades, and we start to disrespect each other in public,
Mm.
and not understanding of what that does to the child, because the child has to be a part of the mother's life and also be a part of the father's life, hopefully. And hopefully we can see some type of positive resolve with this, because ultimately that's what we want. We always want the best to be the case, and that's what I'm shooting for where they can come together and make things happen for the right.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. If y'all have any questions, put those in the chat as well.
I'm
You
never
say
going
that?
fuck you, Aisha. I'm telling my girl she can't go to see Aisha in Vegas.
Dude, the thing about that is, there's a statement that just came out that Usher's girl said, you know, she doesn't mind, the shit that he does. It's a part of his job, it's a part of the business, and she's not affected or jealous or feels any kind of way about his seducing ways when he's performing. It's a part of the Usher brand. And I'm glad that she came out and said that, because most women would be like, no, you're being disrespectful. You should be doing this. You should be doing that.
Absolutely. His wife.
Right.
She needs to come show
Yeah.
him. Of course.
What's up, Ish? What's going on with April?
Listen, April Jones, as we know her from
Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop. She's
Omarion's baby mama,
Marion's baby mama.
Physics jump off.
Yes, Physics Jump
Tay,
Off. And most
Tay
recently,
Diggs' girl.
Diggs is Boo.
A stint with Dr. Dre.
Yes, yes. An abusive stint with Dr. Dre. Oh, yeah, I don't know. But
No.
anywho,
We're not gonna do
has
that. We don't
had
know.
a meltdown on Instagram Live, guys. So recently Omarion was on Jason Lee's show, and
Hollywood Unlocked.
Jason Lee interviewed him, huh?
Hollywood Unlocked.
Hollywood Unlocked. And Jason Lee interviewed Omarion. And one of the questions that he asked him was about the whole Fizz and April situation and how it went down, blah, blah, blah. Well, April just could not deal with Omarion's discussion of it, and her response to that was going on Instagram live and having this whole spiel about how they need to keep her name how they need to keep her name out of their mouth, how the interviews need to be well rounded, and how she should have the opportunity to sit down and head on face to
Which
face.
is crazy.
Yeah, and she says basically, y'all need to keep my name out your mouth. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Everybody has this whole made up way of how things were, how things went down between me and Fizz and Omarion and all of that nonsense. And so she just wasn't having.
She basically said, y'all don't really want me to expose all the things that really happened. And
Right.
she was leaning on the fact of they weren't really friends. So that is her standpoint of why she felt that it was okay to move in that situation, because she felt like they weren't really friends. But even if they weren't really friends, they were bandmates and they did kind of grow up together, and they were currently on tour together when they were messing with each other. So that's a little bit wild.
Right. He
But
further states that Omarion is a piece of shit and that
right,
he didn't deserve any respect.
right.
He didn't deserve her respect and saying who she can deal with and who she can't deal with, no matter who it was. Because if you were a piece of shit and you treated me like a piece of shit, then why should I care about how you look, what your feelings are, all of that good stuff? So
But is
that was
that the
another
go?
argument.
Is that the go to go with somebody that's close to me?
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't think so at all. But that was another argument she made, and basically saying, how dare you feel any type of way, or how dare anybody feel any type of way? He treated me like shit. So I don't give a fuck about his feelings.
I feel like once she made the decision to mess with Fizz and then do it publicly, she shouldn't have any say.
Right. Well, she did remain quiet. Like when it was all going on, she never really made no statement. She cried a lot, but she never like said, I'm not wrong. I didn't do it. She never really spoke on it. She just took that. Like she took all of that. You know what I mean? When it
I
first
feel
came
like
out,
you gotta take
you
it.
gotta
what
take it.
what
You gotta
what
take it.
you
But how many
once
years
you
we talking
decide to
about
go
now?
mess with him, you gotta take
Yeah.
it.
But how many years we talking about now?
What? That her
Like
and
3 years
Omarion was
that it
broken up?
happened.
That her and Omarion broke up, or that her and Fizz broke up?
Yeah, well, that whole Amarion Fizz, this whole thing, what,
The
like 3 years?
violation is but the violation is a violation. It don't
It's
matter how many
forever.
years go by. Yeah. A
The
violation is a violation. It don't matter how many years go by.
violation is forever.
Um That's what I'm saying, because she can't stand on the fact and say me and Omar and I broke up 6 years ago and then I started dating Fizz 3 years.
Right.
Who gives a fuck about the time?
Right.
The violation is a violation.
Yeah, the code is broke. The code is broke
Right.
for sure. But I think she's feeling like, okay, why y'all still talking about this? I have moved on. We've moved on from that. And that's probably why she had this meltdown.
The meltdowns on IG Live be like, why? I don't understand why are we doing all these meltdowns on IG Live. Like, why is it necessary for you to do a meltdown on IG Live? If you feel that about it, she could easily went on somebody else's platform and did her own interview. Then,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to speak about it, then speak about it. Or if you want to say y'all really don't want me to expose everything, no, fucking say what you want to say. Then go ahead and say if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. I don't like the I can come on and I can say such and such. Go and do it then, or shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she got a lot. I think that meltdown, that was the tip of the iceberg. I just think she got a lot of other shit going on, whatever she might be dealing with on her own personal level, whether it's with Tay, whether it's her career, whatever. I just think this was the, like, hearing her name again in this shit was just like the tip of the iceberg, and she just let loose.
Janine, she was happy with Tay Diggs. We haven't seen anything about them in a little while now. So maybe that may be rocking and she may be in an emotional state. And this is what I want to say about, a lot of these women who majority of them be like very beautiful, but they also be very broken.
Mm-hmm.
So they be very beautiful, but they be very broken and they be very insecure and they be very unstable emotionally and mentally. And none of these things ever get addressed. They just move on to the next relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's your last words on this so we can wrap this up?
Okay. I have
That's
I have
Damn, April.
I really have no sympathy. At the end of the day, you put yourself in this position.
what
You
I'm saying.
put this
You
energy
want
out
that.
there for it to be commented on. You showed the world. You went on a whole situation and was in a relationship with this man's bandmate, regardless if they was friends or not. Omarion was just speaking on the fact that he actually put Fizz in a position to get a bag. He was staying at his
Right.
mother's house.
Right.
That's a friend of mine, somebody I was close with. We was getting money. I put him in a situation to be on the show.
Right.
Not to be on the show and be with my children's mother and my kids. That's weird.
Right.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did say that because I do want to say I watched the whole interview and Omarion wasn't bad mouthing her, and he was only speaking on his point of view of what happened, and he was just saying that this is one of the hardest things that I had to deal with in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And he was diplomatic about it.
Right.
Not one time did he even drag Fizz. He was just like, "Yo, this
Right.
is what." Like I felt some type of way. Like I'm human. If
Right.
Mm-hmm.
this my homie, regardless if we fell out or had any issues, this was still somebody who I done business with, somebody I was with since a kid. And you then go spin the block with my child's mother.
Right.
And I got kids by this girl, and my kids is impressionable at this
Right.
age.
Right.
And
So,
how not want me to speak on it?
Okay, go
right.
ahead. What you
So
say?
let me ask you this now. Like, that's just saying. All right. So you see T, right, mistreating his shorty, like bad, right? And you may or may not step in and be like, yo, T, like, you out of pocket, this, that, and the third. And then she like comes to you as his friend, right? And just say, like, you see how he doing me, and you see this behavior. I mean, you might feel like, of course that's a line that you don't cross, but a bond is built or something like that. Like, what do you say in situations like that? Because that could have possibly been, it might not have necessarily been an intentional thing. It just might have
That
been
is the
something.
story. That is the story, though.
That's the story.
Right.
What I would have never crossed that line.
Even
But if
still.
me and my if me and my homie needed to have a conversation,
Mhm.
then me and my homie would have had the conversation. But the conversation wouldn't have went. I'ma now go sleep with this girl because she in a vulnerable state,
Right.
or because I know I can. Like that's never going to happen.
Right.
That's never going to happen. I'm never ever 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 disrespecting and crossing that line, or even putting myself in a situation like that. Nah, I'm not just not doing it.
Right.
Yeah, I think baby moms are definitely off limit
Yeah.
because it's not just a girl who you had a run-in with. This is now somebody who is family to you, basically.
Yeah, that's family. Like I look at that like my sister.
All right.
She no longer like a friend. That's like my sister. So if you feel comfortable enough to be like, yo, she come to me like, yo, no, she really tripping. I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I talk to him and I must go to him and be like, yo, me and her had a conversation
Right.
and she felt this way. And I'm just bringing it forth to you because you my dog. And this is what her feelings were, just so no lines are crossed, no
Mhm.
blurry lines, none of that.
Mhm.
And she's going to know I had the conversation with him, and he's going to know I had a conversation with her. That way, it ain't no funny shit going on. None.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like this is another case of not just women because this also happens to men sometimes. Sometimes you lose yourself in the things that you go through or the relationships that you are in. You just lose yourself and then you don't it's going to take you a while to find your way back, and you can't for certain people you can't find your way back if you just attach yourself to more people.
So my
Mhm.
question is though this: what's the common denominator in all the issues that she's having?
It's always her.
Exactly. So what she is doing is she is now saying, she don't realize she's the problem.
All right.
She's blaming everybody else
Mhm.
for her issues. So when in the moment she takes accountability for what she's doing and the problems that she's causing within her own life, she can't blame nobody but herself. But people don't do that. They have to find a way to rest their issues on somebody else before they rest their issues on themselves, because we're all perfect in our own eyes, and that's not the case.
Facts.
She's a perfect example of somebody who's blaming everybody else but herself, and that's the reason why her and Tay Diggs ain't gonna make it either. Their situation is rocky too. But we used to see them having fun,
Right.
Yeah, haven't seen any of that. Nope.
Right? She crying, she going live. She has to defend her honor because she bothered.
Right.
Somebody say something about me, I don't give a fuck. Like, I got people talking about me behind.
Facts.
I know people talk about me. I don't go on live to defend myself because I don't give a fuck.
Facts.
I don't care. The only time I say something is when somebody bring it to me. But I ain't got time to worry about who said this and who said it. You know why? Because my life ain't bothered by bullshit. She bothered because she knows she wrong. She's defending herself because she don't want to look wrong.
I mean, even if Omarion was treating her like shit, and even if him and Fizz wasn't real friends, and even if nobody could reach Omarion for a conversation, if that's what y'all was going to do together, y'all could have just did that together. It didn't need to be on Love and Hip Hop. It didn't need to be a big thing. Like,
yeah, I thought it was a storyline at first for some content and for some money. You know, that's what I thought.
Always goes back to what we always be saying. Bring something more to the table than just looks.
That's what I'm saying.
Why? Because when you got your own, you ain't gotta go through that shit
for no money.
Right. You ain't gotta subject yourself to the bullshit when you ain't gotta worry about the bullshit.
But that's what I'm about to say. No, the sad part about that is that a lot of times some of these people do be having things and then they lose it. Like they lose the will for it, or they lose the drive for it because they get caught up in the emotions of whatever else is happening in their life. Like Omarion said she was a singer and that she was talented, but you stopped singing.
Right.
You know why? You thought you hit the jackpot.
Right.
You thought life was comfortable. That's why I said, anybody that be with me, I'm gonna put you in a position to always have something, regardless if you with me or not. I want you to be prosperous and have shit. Don't just rely on me. But I'm going to make it to the point where we rely that you got your own, I got my own, we got our own, and we can sustain life together. But you can also do it without me. That's real deal, right? That's real deal love. Because if something happened to me, I need you to still be able to live.
All right, now let's move on to our last topic as we wrap up our entertainment segment. What's happened, man? Another one bit the dust. What happened? I thought this been over with, man. What happened?
I like them.
You liked them?
I really did like them. But they have made a joint statement. Did you see the joint statement that they have made? Okay. So Lori Harvey and Danson Idris have cut ties. They are no longer an item. They made a joint statement. Now, this was hilarious to me that it was a joint fucking statement. Hilarious. But they say,
no, what's happening over there?
Hey, just like Damtress is.
We are at a point in our lives where our individual paths require our full attention and dedication. We part ways, remaining friends with nothing but love and respect for each other and the time we shared together.
Ish. You know that same shit we read that 3-4 times already.
I know. That's why I said that's
Michael B. Jordan.
Yes.
Who was before Michael B. Jordan?
Everybody.
Everybody. Future.
My only questions be like, once again, she's a beautiful girl, but why not just smash and dash on Lori? Like, why are you even playing the role? Like, you playing a puppet, you playing into the game. Like, you see what she on. Like, if I see what you on, why would I be all of the Instagram pictures with you like we real couple? We not a real couple. I know what you on.
She ain't run into a real one yet.
What we doing?
She ain't run into a real one yet.
I don't think it's that she didn't run into a real
She
one. I think that she's in her free spirit phase and
she
she's
is.
young. She should be, experimenting or doing whatever she feels like doing. If
She
she don't
is.
feel like
But
look,
what
if she don't feel like settling down right now, that's fine.
that's
I just don't want you to be in these fake public relationships. Like for what?
what
They're
I'm
like
saying is that
whirlwind.
she's getting with these niggas that's mesmerized and think that that's what she wants. She don't want that because the moment it
But
go
that's
there,
what
it
but
seem like
that's what I'm
it's the run.
saying. That
It's
that's
like
what that's what I'm saying though. No,
yeah,
the same way we look at women who deal with like somebody like Future. Like you see the patterns.
you see the pattern,
Mm.
and and we should just call it for what it is.
Right.
This girl just want to be. This girl just want to do what she want to do, and she don't. She not on that.
Hmm.
She don't want to be held down. She don't want to be in a committed relationship to a certain extent.
Right.
She
Mhm.
want to be what she want to be, and we got to hold her accountable for that too.
I'm
Because
not mad at her.
if the rules is the reverse, and we had a guy that was out here
No.
doing this, y'all saying he all types of shit.
He would
He's a
be a dirty dog.
narcissist,
He would be a dirty
dog.
dog.
He ain't got no morals, no scruples. He ain't shit. Y'all gotta hold this young lady to the same value that y'all holding these dudes who y'all saying ain't nothing but just out here for the whatever the case may be and going about their business. You got to do that for her because she's
Mhm.
not oblivious to it, just the same way they not.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
These
not mad
niggas is
at her.
lasting no more than 6 months. They a
Right.
season.
I'm
Yeah,
not
about a
I'm not
year.
I'm not even mad at her. I'm mad at the niggas. I'm mad at the niggas. I'm not mad at her.
But you know what it is? I think it's so much peer pressure on them for them to be stand-up guys. They hold themselves to a standard that everybody else wants them to hold for them, right?
Right. But
And
who are
they are
you
not,
being a
and they
stand-up
are
guy for? You being a stand-up guy for somebody who don't want you to be a stand-up guy.
that's what I'm saying though. They are living in this public perception that if these niggas don't do her right, then they're going to be banished, and she won't. That's why I said the stigmatism is not placed on her; it's placed on the guys. So these
Right.
guys gotta be these guys because if they don't, then they are looked upon as being nothing, no good. Oh, he must have been a player. He must have been a cheater because Lori is beautiful. So why would you treat her any other kind of way? But when it
No,
comes
if it was
to
me
her,
talking to Lori Harvey, I would be like, y'all know what this is. I'll cut it out.
Right. You just having
it
fun.
would
You just having fun for the moment.
yeah,
Right.
it would be what it be. Like, but at the end of
Mhm.
the day, you got it. These guys is falling into that trap of what society is saying they gotta be. And they trying to do that.
That's why I said don't play by those society rules, man. Look at things for what it is in front of your face, and you treat things how you want to treat it,
Who the
or
hot guy
how
in
or
Hollywood?
how it's played out to you.
Who the hot guy in Hollywood right now?
Who knows?
Tariq? Who
Who?
who popping right now?
Ish?
Who popping right now, Ish?
I don't know.
None
None of these niggas.
Who got
of these
who got
niggas.
it? Who
Facts.
doing something real big right now? Like
I wouldn't say that it doesn't look good for
I
her,
mean,
Janine, because as long as she's a beautiful woman, a guy's gonna want
yeah.
her.
And y'all not gonna hold her to the same accountabilities that y'all gonna hold these guys to. So it's not a bad look for her.
Facts. She
She
mhm.
didn't
chilling.
know what it is. Y'all gonna say she hasn't found her guy yet.
Right.
He hasn't found the right one yet. Y'all not gonna say she's playing the field and she should be ashamed of herself because she's playing with these people's heart. No, y'all gonna say she hasn't found her person yet. But if it was on the flip side, y'all saying he's dogging her out, he ain't shit, he running through all these women until he find whatever. Y'all gotta keep that same energy. But you'll see her with somebody next week.
Yeah, I don't
She'll
know
get
who else
attached
is
to
I'm
somebody
popping.
fly next week. The actor
see.
strike is over. She wants to play.
All right, people, we gotta wrap this up and our deep
Hold
dive
up. I know
Uncensored
we
Minds.
got 1 minute.
All right.
We gotta talk about Shorty, man.
Who is
We gotta talk
Shorty?
about
For sure.
Bluetooth real quick. Jumping on stage with Tamar and causing a whole ruckus.
I didn't see it. What happened?
She
Bluetooth,
out of pocket.
Bluetooth was invited to a Tamar show.
All right.
She jumped on stage like little mama,
All right.
start trying to sing,
All right.
interrupting the situation. And
Why is both of them even in the same venue? I don't
I
know
don't
why both
even
of them would
know.
be.
And she wasn't
That don't
invited
even
to
sound right.
perform, I don't think. I think she was invited just like as a guest, right now.
as a
She was
guest.
invited as a guest, and she little mama this situation out of pocket, and then
Yeah,
start
Oh,
fighting.
I don't want to see Tamar and Blueface in the same venue. Like, wow.
Yeah, it ended badly. She started
yeah.
fighting. She punched on somebody, and now she's all over
We're
the
not doing that.
blogs.
But make sure y'all tune into the deep dive part of episode 156. Some of it is video and some of it is audio only because it was on me that Isha's video got messed up and I didn't want to play the whole video with just y'all seeing me and Nell.
Oh,
so
that's
so
so
out of respect
sweet.
for each, some of it is audio and video, but like I said, there's an important announcement at the end for the members, and then y'all let us know if y'all want parts of that. And also, there is a lot of deep,
Go Cow,
personal topics
go
and
Cow,
conversations in that
go Cow,
episode. Go
go Cowboys.
Cowboys!
Also,
All
it was
right,
Veterans
people.
Day yesterday. Shout outs to all the veterans out there. Thank you for your service. We appreciate. We love you. If you got anybody out there that is have served or is now currently serving, we say thank you on behalf of Uncensored Minds. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you not only for your support but also their support and helping us keep us safe.
We'll see y'all in the chat. Don't meet us there, beat us there. We're out of here.